Hey guys, what's up? It's Aspie Computer Geek, and it's been a while since I've gotten on here, but basically I wanted to show you a lot of people have had issues with the Alienware Aurora R4, which is what this model is. It's got a 7-core processor on it, and this one has the GTX 780 in the back of it. And basically, what I want to do here is a lot of people, they will turn on the computer, but they will get a screen like this. The computer will start running. They'll have everything plugged in, but they'll get a screen like this. They'll get a that will tell them basically that signal is no signal is detected, even though it's plugged in. They have display issues. Well, I managed to get in the back of this computer, and I managed to find out exactly what was going on with it, which is what I'm going to do here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly, step by step, what I did. First thing with the Aurora R4 is I'm going to put it on its side. Hold on a sec. I'm totally just going to put this on its side. I'm going to turn it sideways. So basically, with an Aurora R4, you have these two latches right here. These are the releases. These are how you're going to get the side. So how you get the. This one goes like this, and this one you're gonna pull like this, and those are the releases to basically just get the side off, the side cover off, which it took me a little bit to figure out, but I'm actually going to just a second here. I'm gonna get this off, and I will show you guys exactly, I'm going to show you the inner workings of this machine. This is a pretty powerful computer. The R4 with the GTX 780, a friend of mine gave this to me, and it wasn't working for a long time, but then I tried something. I went to a computer specialist I'm from Kelowna, Michigan, and there's a bike trail, and I rode that bike trail down to Caledonia, went to a store down there, and I got some advice on how to do this, basically, from a guy, and plus I work for a computer company. I work around a whole bunch of tech geeks, and basically they showed me a trick or two. The first thing you're going to do is first thing I want to show you is how to get this thing off. And the release lever is right here, and it worked the other day. Oops. It is off. It is off on the. Yep. It worked. I just had it on the wrong side. Silly me. But yeah, the side is basically. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to show you. The side comes off quite easily, like this. But basically, you got the inner work right there. Right there, you have a water pump. This thing is liquid cooled, and back there you have the radiator. Basically, with the power of the CPU and just with it being a pretty doggone powerful gaming computer, you gotta have it liquid cooled. Liquid cooling is almost essential these days. So right here you have a cover over the GTX 780. Now I'm going to show you what I did. basically, there's a little release down there, and basically the first thing you're going to do is you're going to remove these screws right here. These two, it was up here. There are two slots, basically. It wasn't this slot. So basically what I did is I removed these two screws, and then I went over here and I took this pump out. You know, basically you can do that by, you can do that with these four. You unscrew these four right here. All you gotta have is just a Phillips head screwdriver. You unscrew those four, and then you pull it up. And that should get it out of the way of the, that will allow you to be able to, and right here you have a release. You have a release here, for pulling up the GTX, and what I did was I pushed on that release, and then I pulled up. Basically, I pulled it up and out. And then basically I took these two off, and I put these two back on. It originally had been here, but I moved it down here, and I basically repeated the process. I put the gaming card in, let it snapped it into place there, and I had to make sure over here that this thing that it was snug in here. Always make sure it's snug and it's tight in here. You can see right there. There's a slot. There's a slot, and basically this part right here, which attaches to the gaming card. If you have a GTX 780 or a GeForce GTX, then this is going to be the procedure. If you have an AMD Radeon, I've never had Radeon cards. I've always had GeForce cards. I had this one, and then before that I had the CyberPower 1500. But basically, when you remove it, first of all, you gotta make sure all these screws are you take off all these screws. Second of all, you're gonna push up on this release. Second of all, you're gonna get this pump out of the way by taking the screws off. Third of all, you're gonna make sure that this pump is. You're gonna make sure that you're gonna push this release, and then you're gonna pull up on the gaming card, and it should come out. I mean, for me, it did. And fourthly, you're gonna make sure. Next, you're gonna make sure that these two. Basically, you're going to loosen these screws up. You're going to take, you have these two parts right here. In this instance, when I moved this over, I took these out and I moved them over. So you're going to do the same thing. Basically, you're going to do, if your gaming card is up here, is down here, you're going to do the reverse. If it's up here, you're going to go like that. And then you got to put these two things back into place. You're going to screw them back into place, and basically, then you're going to put you are going to put the pump back in. You're gonna fit the pump back in there. I know it's pretty cool looking inside here, you know. And I never realized before I took this apart. Before I took it apart to work on it, because I was getting no screen display. But I had I'd basically gone on a self-help group, and I had talked to a guy down in Caledonia at I think it's called IT Solutions or something like that. But I talked to those guys, and they told me basically just that I needed to move the video card over. If I had a video card, I needed to move it down into the next slot down, which is what I did. And basically, once I got it running, I have this card has both. It's got HDMI, it's got a display port. So I went out, got myself a display port card. I got a display port. And one thing too is if your computer is grimy and dusty and dirty, you want to get out. In this case, I got a wet dry vac with a very powerful motor on it, and I took and I basically vacuumed out the whole inside of this. Yeah, being very careful. Watch out for the computer chips, but you want to go around here and you want to vacuum, basically, because if it's not clean. I mean, if there's a lot of dust in here, it's going to affect the circuitry. So vacuuming out the inside of the computer is, I also have, and this is a really good vacuum, guys. I'm going to tell you about the two vacuums I have. I have a Vacuummaster, which has a powerful 2-stage motor on it, which is what I use to vacuum this thing out. And then once a week I go over this. I have a Bissell multi-clean pet allergen lift-away vacuum, and I just upright vacuum, and I just take the I basically go over it with a dusting brush attachment on a weekly basis. That keeps dust out of the computer and stuff. So I just wanted to tell you about those two very useful tools I have. So basically, you're gonna put this back into place, and then once you get this back into place, once all of this is back into place, you're gonna snap this back on. You're gonna snap this back into place. It's got that release lever right there. So if you ever need to get in there again, all you do is just go like that up, you know. So the next thing is we're going to put the we're going to put the I am going to put the I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put the covering back on. I am going to put the shroud over the side again. Basically, I found out that basically when I'm moving this, I gotta make sure that this thing is up. This thing can. I have learned to negotiate this thing, and this thing can be a little bit testy at times, but make sure this is up because it has to be up. That's the only way you're gonna get that. That's the only way you're gonna get that back on. The way you're gonna get that back on is this release right here. Make sure you're when you pull out on this. Make sure you're pulling up on this because that is the release right there. And make sure this thing is in that position right there. Clicks back, you know, it clicks. You can hear it clicking. But make sure it's in that position right there. So basically I'm going to, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fire this thing up. I'm gonna reattach. I'm going to try to keep rolling here. It's kind of hard to do this with I'm going to try to show you what I'm going to, I'm going to plug it back in. I'm going to plug this back in. This is this right here is the DisplayPort cable, and depending on your graphics card, make sure that this is connected to there's a DisplayPort, there's a DP cable back, there's a DP there is a it's connected to the DP on this monitor, the DP inlet. And this is the HDMI cable. My card has both an HDMI and it has a DP. It has a DisplayPort, a place for a HDMI cable and a DisplayPort cable. So make sure that's hooked up back here and that it's hooked up to the monitor. So you can see that's back on. So basically. These two these need to go. This is my keyboard and this is my mouse. There's my keyboard, and okay, here's my mouse, Now I'm gonna put one of those two is where the one of those two right there is where this thing, you know, the doggone it, my eyes are not very good. I use glasses because I'm staring at monitors all day, but right there, you know, on the top is where your ports, on the R4 right on top are where your ports are. So that's where I plug everything in. So basically, I'm good to go here. I'm good to start. I'm gonna start this thing up. We'll see what happens here. See, it's loading. Now, originally, I would have got just a screen that said, that told me it's activating, that I'm not getting a signal, and it's activating the. So what I do here, I'm gonna show you what I do here. I'm gonna show you how I do this. There's a little it's a little thingamajig on the back here. There's a little button. I mean, there's a little toggle switch I use to with this monitor to move up or to move down. It has HDMI to, I'm gonna go up here to DisplayPort, and there we go. There we go. Snug as a bug in a rug. This thing is, you know, now that I've got a DisplayPort, just make sure it's on DisplayPort. Then in this instance, my friend put 2 operating systems on here. You want to make sure you choose. I choose Windows 10 because I like Windows 10. But basically, I you know, just by moving the video card, moving it down a slot, you know, I went from just getting no signal on the monitor to now I'm finally getting this. So I just wanted to show you how to fix that problem. I know a lot of you people probably have problems with the Aurora R4 Alienware, and you're trying to figure out just what to do because you're not getting any signal. It's because the video card is in the wrong, you know, the video card is probably in the wrong slot, and you've got to move it to a different slot. It has to do with this particular gaming system. I never had that problem. I have a CyberPower 1500, which is old school, that goes back to 2013, but I never had that problem before. I never had that problem with the 1500. But when I got this Alienware, it was kind of screwy. But you know, if you move the video card over, if you open it up, move the video card over, you should not have a problem. Anyhow, you know, just God bless you guys, and you know, like or comment. I mean, like and comment, man. You know, and I'll see you in my next video.